Tarkov's new armor system is complicated, and it's completely changed what we consider a good or bad armor. So in this video, I want to go through the 5 best budget armors that you can get from the traders in patch point 14 and talk about a few armors that you should probably avoid using as well. With all that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive right in. So diving right in with the first armor, and that is the 6B23 that you can get from Proper at level 1. Now, this is a barter only, and there actually are some things to consider with this armor, but to be honest, there aren't a lot of options at level 1. Even at Ragman, pretty much across the board, they made any sort of decent armor really, really hard to get. We're in the category of any armor is better than no armor, so do with that what you will, but I did want to make a quick shout out of what I think is the best one that you can get at level 1, and that is the 6B23. And that's because it does have plates and has soft armor underneath it, and the plate is a class 3 plate, which on day 1 isn't that bad. The big caveat here though, and thing to know when you purchase this, is it has a slot for a backplate, but it doesn't have a backplate. Now, I'm not going to go way down into the weeds of the plates versus the soft armor or anything like that. I actually highly recommend you check out Gigabeef or Airing Marines videos. They've both done multiple videos, a lot of testing. They're doing the Lord's work. Go there to get the nitty gritty. But the TLDR is the more layers of armor that you can have on, the better. So when you're looking for an armor that's going to be good, you want something that has a plate and also has that soft armor underneath it. So this has pretty decent coverage. It's got some crotch protection, neck protection, side protection, and front and back protection with the soft armor, which is great. It's only class 2, but you know, on day 1, that's not too bad. And it does have the class 3 front plate, but no back plate. Now, you can kind of like, if you are level 15, you can link search this and actually purchase the back plate. You can get it once you're at higher Proper levels, or you can get them for sometimes as low here. This is the class 3 plate there. Sometimes they go as high as, like I said, 50K here. But the thing with this is actually a class 4 plate. So if you do get that back plate, you get class 4 protection on your back, 3 in the front, and 2 with the soft armor. So that's nice, but you can't get that right away. So it's something to be aware of. You can probably find those plates as well. You also can't purchase this straight up. It is for a propane tank. These can be pretty expensive. They go between 40K up to 70, 80K, depending on if people are doing the Red Rebel barter. So it's pretty decent value. It's pretty decent coverage. Just be aware that it does not come with the back plate. That's a super important thing to know. And propane tanks are pretty easy to find. Now, moving on from the 6B23, anything above this, you're probably going to need Ragman level 2. Once again, everything you can get at level 1 is just kind of like, it's better than nothing. You do need to get to level 17 to get to Ragman level 2, which means you'll have Rag 2 and the flea market, which can kind of work well together. But in order to explore some more of these budget options, you're probably going to need Ragman level 2. Now, our second armor here is the Carasa. This one you can buy straight up for cash, 50K. It comes with 2 class 3 plates, that front and the back, and it's got class 2 soft protection underneath. It doesn't have any like the crotch coverage, but it does have the neck coverage there, which can be very helpful for a stray buckshot round from a scav or something like that, covering that throat hitbox. That is very nice. So very classic budget armor. You get a little bit of everything. None of it is very good. This armor does have some other bonuses as well. These plates are much more standardized plates. With the 6B23, those were kind of some odd shaped plates. You can't fit too many in there. This means that if you kill a guy with class 5 armor, most likely he's got plates that can be put in this Carasa. It's pretty kind of backwards compatible. So if you find in a ground stash a class 4 plate, a class 5 plate, or even some class 6 plates, they can all slot into the Carasa. So it makes it a little bit more versatile, especially if you don't want to take this person's entire armor. You just grab some plates, maybe you insurance fraud yours. The Carasa is nice. You can purchase 3 every reset, and they're only 50K. Moving up to the third pick, and that is going to be the barter for the NFM Thor. What's nice about this is we're stepping up to class 4 armor now. It's got class 4 plates at 50 durability, front and back, which is nice. It also has the soft armor underneath at class 3 protection, which is a huge step up in protection here, knowing that the aramid underneath is going to be class 3, and your hard plates are going to be class 4. This is very nice. There are some trade-offs here though. You don't have any neck protection. You don't have any of the groin protection or anything like that. So you're a little bit more exposed here. As you can see, pretty exposed on the armpits there. But what is protected is much more protected. Once again, we get those standardized plates, meaning that you can swap these out for class 5s or 6 if you find them. And we have the introduction of the left and right plate. So on your left and right side here, you do get some class 3 protection, but you can find class 5 and class 6. I haven't seen any class 4s, but they might be out there. Little side plates. If you find them in raid, or you can purchase them from the traders at higher levels, you can slot those in, giving a little bit of additional protection there. I wouldn't say that's a huge deal, but the big thing here is moving up to class 3 soft armor protection and class 4 plates. this is big. And you can purchase 2 of them per reset, and they're only 2 diaries. These diaries go for anywhere between 20 and 30K. Even if these are at 35K, 70,000 rubles for a huge step up in protection is really nice. Then moving on to the 4th pick here, and that is going to be the 6B13 Assault that comes in Flora here. You can buy this straight up for cash, 64,000 rubles. This is once again class 4 armor here, which is nice, but we have downgraded back to class 2 soft armor. So there's always that push and pull. Now you get the groin protection, you get the neck protection, and you get the class 4 plates, which is all really nice, but that soft armor underneath your plates is going to be class 2, so a little bit less stopping power there. And we're back to some of these weirder looking plates, which once again isn't inherently a bad thing. You just lose the functionality of being able to swap plates out in raid. These are a little bit more rare to find and a little bit harder to purchase, these type of plates. But you get, once again, 64,000 rubles, class 4 protection front and back, and you're a little bit more covered here. I still use these even at level 40. I have a bunch of these in my insurance return. I find that they hold up pretty well to damage, and that neck protection can be really helpful against scavs. And moving on to the 5th and final pick, we are moving up to level 3 Ragman. I know level 3 needs level 32, so you need to be a decently high level, but as you progress through the wipe, you're still going to be wanting to know what are decent budget armors, and you can actually find these, as you'll see, pretty often as well. It's kind of a tie between the Strand Hog here and the Eclipse RBAV. I would say the Eclipse is the better one, and you can purchase these for cash, which is nice. 86,000 rubles, a little bit more expensive. You have to be a little bit higher of a level, but we are getting plates with 55 durability on them. So if we go back down to level 2, the other class 4 plates that we're getting had 50 durability. Some of the class 4 plates in here had 50 or 45 durability. So once you move up to the Eclipse here, you're getting plates with 55 durability, just a little bit more ability to tank some shots. You also get the ability to put those side plates in. These armors also do have the class 2 soft armor protection, so that's a little bit less than ideal, but you do get some of the groin protection there. These are nice because they're also rigs, so they cost a little bit more than what like the Thor armor Barter is, but you don't have to buy a rig as well, and they hold a decent amount of stuff. You can put a grizzly or a helmet in there, bigger magazines, smaller magazines. The functionality of being a tactical rig and a plate carrier can be kind of nice here. The Strand Hog is a barter only. The barter ends up being around 80K as well. You can also find these a lot on rogues and raiders and stuff like that. This does have slightly worse plates though. These are 45, whereas on the Eclipse they're 55. Same class 2 protection here. This is just another budget option, pretty easy to find. Now, those are the top 5 budget armors that I think you can get that are pretty accessible. There are some things to know with the system and some armors to avoid. The first one being almost every single one I talked about here, you can purchase on the flea market, but there is a huge thing you need to be wary of, and that is the fact that people often pull the plates out of these and then sell them. So we have a new little UI thing here, and that is armor plates and how many plates are inside it. Now, if you see something with a 2 out of 4, that's normally not that big of a deal. Very few armors come with side plates inserted, and once again, even if they did, that's not really a huge deal on the armor. So even when you buy from the trader, you're going to see 2 out of 4. That's not a bad thing, but if you see 0 out of 4, then what you're just paying for is the plate carrier, the soft armor. You're not getting any plates. This is a big deal. Now, sometimes this can work to your favor because, like we said, on some of these lower armors like the Carasa, these sell for 50K. I've seen these with the plates inside them sell for as low as 23,000 rubles on the flea market. So sometimes you can cop like a really good deal on a budget armor with the plates. That's nice. But anytime you start getting up to the decent class 4s, you're most likely people sell them on the flea market without the plates in them. And another really important thing to note here is no class 5 or 6 plates are even able to be sold on the flea market. So if I look up a slick here and I'm like, oh, sick, a tan slick, only 150,000 rubles. No, that has no plates. That is just class 3 soft armor. And you can't buy the class 6 plates from the traders anyway. You just basically wasted 160,000 rubles. So big thing to be aware of. Make sure if you're buying an armor off the flea market, it's got plates in it. And also remember that no class 5 or class 6 plates are able to be sold on the flea market. Now, all that being said, I also wanted to call out a few armors that used to be really good budget options that you should probably avoid. Now, going to level 2 proper here, the 6B5 Yule armor. This used to be a pretty decent budget, 55,000 rubles. It's class 2 proper, but it is class 3 soft protection in the front, class 2 soft protection in the back, class 2 neck, class 3 groin. So that means you're getting a little mix and match here. It's going to be inconsistent. Class 3 protection in the front, class 2 in the back. And there are no hard plates here at all. And once again, watch those other videos, but it's super important to be able to have kind of like those two different stopping powers there. So this armor at 55,000 rubles, why not just hop over to Ragman and get a Carasa for 50,000 rubles, in which you're going to get plates and soft protection. So avoid that. Also at Ragman level 2, the 6B5 Yule, the floral one, was one of the go-tos. This is one of my go-tos for a really long time. This is also soft armor only. It is class 4. That's super nice. You get class 2 neck protection though. Everything else is class 4. You think class 4 armor is pretty great. Once again, look at the price. 64,000 rubles from Ragman for only soft armor. 64,000 rubles from Ragman level 2. You get plates that are class 4 and more soft armor protection. So there's really no reason to be using these. Same thing for the famous 6B3TM, the rat rig. This is something that people used to use a lot as one of the best budget armors in the game. Now it's class 4 front, class 2 back. So once again, you get this weird mix and match here. If you're running away from somebody or somebody catches you behind, even though you got class 4 armor in the front, really bad ammos are going to be able to penetrate this and do some serious damage to you. You can't even buy them anymore. It's barter only. There's a few barters, but once again, for 50,000 rubles, getting something with plates and soft armor, or moving up to 60,000 rubles to get some class 4, that's going to be a much better option. Few final thoughts here. I wouldn't worry too much about plates or anything like that until you get to the higher level traders. It's really like level 3 and level 4 traders where you get these plates. You can dive into the different materials and classes and stuff like that. But early on, while you're leveling, if you're just looking for simple protection, use the armors we listed in this video. I wouldn't worry about this too much until you're higher level. And then the last thing is just, obviously, this is just things that you can buy from the traders. Sometimes you're going to find a class 5 or class 6 plate in a ground stash. Sometimes you're going to find a really good armor on a rogue or another player or something like that. Obviously, use the best thing that you have at your disposal, but these are the 5 best budget armors that I would say, and some armors to avoid in Tarkov this patch. I hope this video kind of helped break down this new complicated system and point you in the right direction with some good, cheap, early wipe armors to use. Definitely let me know down below in the comments what your favorite armor to use is, or if I missed anything that would be another good budget armor. If you like this video, think about dropping a like or commenting down below, or subscribing to the channel for more content like this. I also stream Escape from Tarkov on Twitch and here on YouTube about 6 days a week. Those links will be down below. And if you're looking for people to play Tarkov with, our Discord is an awesome place to be. That link is down below as well. Thank you again for stopping by, and I will definitely see y'all on the next one.